Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. The price of Bitcoin is right now breaking out beautifully from this bullish pennant that we spoke over on the Friday's Moon Show and also on the Crypto Kids Telegram community. We were talking about a potential bearish situation on the price of Bitcoin where we could have a double top and also fueled by the bearish divergence. We were saying that a dump into the $90,000 range is possible. And I want to make the disclaimer that that is still on the table, and I will give you the full analysis in today's video. However, in the short term, Bitcoin is seeing a pump to the upside. And there's one altcoin in particular that we spoke about this morning over on Crypto Kids Telegram, and that altcoin is also seeing a major pump. So make sure to watch until the end of today's video if you want to find out where I personally think the market is heading into, specifically with Bitcoin, and also what I will be doing with my own personal trading on Bitcoin and other altcoins. And guys, if you want to be trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you can go to the links down in the description below to sign up to Weeks or Coinflare. I'm personally trading my positions over on Weeks at the moment. And if you use the first link down in the description below to sign up to Weeks, bind your phone number and email address to your account, you will get anywhere between 10 to 100 USDT absolutely for free as a welcome bonus. But you have to use the first link down in the description below to sign up. And with that said, let's go into the Bitcoin charts, go into our analysis, and also some breaking news into potentially why the price of Bitcoin is actually seeing an incline. So first things first, short-term time frame. On the short term, Bitcoin had a beautiful bullish pennant. However, we were also scared of the bearish divergence. Now, honestly, I didn't expect this breakout to happen over the weekend. I was assuming that this would likely take place going into Monday and the CME futures market open. It's not usually a good sign to be seeing a very large pump in the weekend because we do get a huge CME gap, and these CME gaps almost always tend to fill. We still have one open at $92,000 or $91,000, just to keep in mind. But the most important one will now be opened at 104.95. So if we look at 104.95, that's exactly at the prior resistance of this bullish pennant, now support. So if you want to be jumping into long positions, what I would be considering doing is opening limit longs at 104.72. I wouldn't be FOMOing into Bitcoin longs right now because we are running into resistance on the weekly time frame. I think this resistance will eventually be broken upwards. However, because we're seeing this pump on the weekend, I would be a little bit more careful and I would enter into positions if Bitcoin is to retest the prior resistance now of the 4 hourly time frame bullish pennant, if that makes sense. So the way you can do that is actually because that CME gap is located at 104.095, I would be going over to my Weeks account, going to Bitcoin, clicking limit, putting the price at 104, 150, because the CME price is usually a bit discorrelated from the spot price of Bitcoin. Actually, I could even do it a bit higher. Let's do 104.250. Put the amount of USDT you want to enter into this position with, let's say 25%. Adjust your leverage. I keep it at isolated, separated, and also at 10x long. I'm going to click open long, click confirm, and boom, that's going to add a limit order to buy Bitcoin if we are able to retest the resistance of the bullish pennant once the CME futures market opens. But right now, our positions are doing absolutely fantastic, which is incredible over on Weeks, especially. Our Ethereum position is now up 174%. I think Bitcoin will face a little bit of resistance here. But next week is going to be very important. We got some breaking news. We got Scott Bessent, the Secretary of the Treasury, just speaking on so many interviews this morning. And he's essentially indicating that the US GDP is going to be rebalanced and we're going to be getting brand new trade deals, including a trade deal with China. So that is making the market excited. And I was just checking that so I didn't get anything wrong. That is creating a lot of excitement in the market at this moment in time. And that's fueling the price of Bitcoin to go into a positive direction, meaning that the stock market will also open in the green tomorrow. We also have another whale trader that exactly predicted everything that has happened in Trump coin. He's likely an insider. He opened a 10x long leverage position before Trump announced he was making bullish posts about Trump coin. So he got into a lot of insider positions. And now this insider has a $276 million long position with a 40x leverage and a liquidation price at exactly $95,000 as his entry price is 103.1. So now he's in already a lot of profits, and this guy is is thought to be an insider, where he knows that something that we don't know. I don't take these very seriously, but it is fun to look at and give it some sort of um consideration. And that's why I think being long at the moment makes more sense than being short, especially during bull markets. I mean, in bull markets, people forget that breaking to the upside is always more likely than breaking to the downside. And that's why I'm always more bullish and I'm longing in bull markets rather than opening short positions in bull markets, because it usually doesn't make sense whatsoever. The final thing that I'll talk about is the altcoin. But before we do so, Michael Saylor has bought Bitcoin once again today. And his Bitcoin purchase was likely at the 103 to 102 region. So the amount of Bitcoin, whatever he bought this morning, tomorrow when he announces it, it's going to be up if Bitcoin is able to close in the green at 105 going into tomorrow's market open too. But the final thing that I want to talk about is Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is ripping. I posted this chart over on the Telegram community just like 4 hours ago almost. No, it was at 1:52 p.m. Yeah, I posted it 5 hours ago, not even. So I said, hey, look, bull flag is forming on Dogecoin. I'm long at Dogecoin. Obviously, we entered long positions together here on the CryptoKit channel and on the Moonshow channel when Dogecoin was at 0.19. So if you go to Doge and we only go to current pair, you can see that we entered this position at 20, sorry, 0.20. And I think the one that we opened on the Moon Show was probably a little bit lower of an entry. But Dogecoin is absolutely ripping to the upside ever since this trade got, or this bull flag got broken to the upside. We're already up 6% in the past 5 hours alone, which is kind of remarkable. This is the daily time frame when you zoom out, and the daily time frame is also not looking too bad as well. When you go into the weekly time frame, obviously we've bounced off from massive support that was being formed since the bottom of the bear market in 2022. We've reversed the trend, and overall, I'm very bullish on Dogecoin. So actually, I'm going to go to Dogecoin right now. I do have a little bit more capital left here on weeks, and I'm going to go 100%, and I'm just going to open a market order on Dogecoin and click open long and click confirm, because I want to add more to this position, as I believe that Dogecoin will be able to go to $1 in this cycle. So guys, that concludes today's video. If you want to join the free CryptoKids Telegram community where I post these trading updates, when I'm not able to produce a video update, you can go to the description and click this Telegram community link, where it's absolutely free for you to join. And it's just a place where I can share things with you when I don't have the time to make video updates. So thank you so much for watching this video. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. We do have that Bitcoin CME gap. So as I said, if you want to be longing Bitcoin, you probably want to be looking out for that CME gap closure. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next update video tomorrow. Take care, and as always, bye-bye.